Thank you to all the Patreon supporters that made this video possible. Okay, so today we're gonna make an enemy and we're gonna add HP to the enemy, and we're also gonna destroy the object when the enemy has 0 HP. So quick note, I just upgraded to the newest version of Unity, to Unity 6. And if you upgrade from the older version to the newer version, then you don't have to worry about anything. It's automatically gonna fix it. But if you immediately started the project from Unity 6 and watch the previous tutorials, you're gonna get an error when you type rb.velocity because it has been changed from rb.velocity to rb.linear velocity. So everywhere where I type rb.velocity in previous tutorials, you have to change it to rb.linear velocity. Alright, so now let's get to the video. So we're gonna make a simple enemy. So to do that, we're just gonna add a cube. So we're gonna right click over here in the hierarchy window. Let me just make this whole screen. Okay, let's go over here. In the hierarchy window, we're gonna have to right click and we're gonna go under create 3D objects and create a cube. Okay, so this cube is gonna represent the enemy. We're gonna be able to change it later to actual 3D object. That's gonna be a monster or whatever you want. But for now, we're just gonna use the cube and we're gonna put it somewhere over here. And we're gonna increase the size of it. Let's just make it 2. And let's just make everything 2 and increase this to 3. Alright, so this is gonna represent our enemy. It's gonna be over here, and we're also gonna change the color of it. We're gonna make it red. So we're gonna go over here in the project window. And over here, we're gonna right click and create a new folder. And we're gonna type enemy. Oh, I'm sorry, I just misspelled it. Enemy. Okay, we're gonna go inside of the folder, and over here we're gonna right click again and we're gonna create a material. So go under create and click on material, and now over here we're gonna type enemy material, and over here we're gonna change the color to red. Okay, now we have the material ready and the cube ready, and we're gonna rename the cube also to the enemy. So just type enemy over here, and now as you can see the name has been changed. And now we're just gonna drag and drop this material to the object. So just drag and drop it over here. Make sure that the enemy over here is selected and drag and drop it over here. And now as you can see, it has been changed to the red color. Okay, so now what we're also gonna do is add a tag for the enemy. So we're gonna go over here, untagged, and we're gonna add a new tag. And over here, you're gonna press the plus and type enemy. Save it, and now go under enemy. And as you can see, it's also untagged. That's because we just added the tag to the system. We also have to select the enemy over here. So now it's tagged enemy. Alright, so now we also have to create a script for the enemy. So we're gonna go over here and type the name of it. So we're just gonna name it enemy logic like this and add a new script, and now create and add. Alright, so we just created a new script, and let's just wait for this to compile. And now let's go and open the enemy logic script. Now, as you can see, we just opened the new script, and over here we're gonna add above the start function. We're gonna go over here and we're gonna type enter, and over here we're gonna type public int health, and we're gonna set it to 5 by default. Alright, so this is gonna be our health, and as you can see over here, we covered already this in previous videos. The start function is run only once when you start up the game or start up a new scene. The update function is always looping once per frame. So we're gonna go into the update function and we're gonna check if the health is 0. So over here we're gonna type if health is smaller or equals 0, then we're gonna destroy the object. We're also gonna add this bracket, so everything that we type over here, it's gonna run once this is true. So if health is smaller or equals 0, then we're just gonna destroy the object. So we're gonna go over here and we're gonna type destroy like this, and add these brackets and add this at the end, and inside the brackets we're going to type game object like this. As you can see over here, we have a lower capital G. This means that it's going to destroy the object that this script is attached to. But if we go under the player control script that we used previously, if you use game object with a higher capital, that means that you actually have to link a game object to the script. Then we're referring to the game object that this script is attached to. So in this case, if we save this and we go back to the Unity, and let's just wait for this to load. As you can see, because the enemy logic script is attached to the enemy game object, once the health is 0, then the game object is going to be destroyed. So destroying the game object means that it's going to be deleted from the scene. So if you press start, and as you can see, we have over here enemy, and because we set the health to public, as you can see, we can see it over here. And if you set this to 0 right now, it's just going to be deleted from the scene. So let's just set it to 0. And as you can see, it just got deleted. Alright, so now what we want to do is every time the player hits the game object with a bullet, we want to count the health to -1. So let's see if all the bullets have the same script. Okay, so cannon bullet. Okay, so we used cannon bullet for all the scripts. So we're just going to open this up. And now what we're going to do is we're going to just take a look at the script. So the cannon gets destroyed after 2 seconds. Okay. So if before these 2 seconds it's gonna hit a game object, then we want to check the tag of the game object. If the tag is enemy, then we're gonna access the enemy logic script, and we're gonna count this by -1. So over here we're gonna add a new public game object, and we're gonna name it enemy. And over here we have to type the function that automatically runs when the bullet collides with the game object. So we're going to type collider, and nope. Okay, let's just start typing public. No, it's private. Private void on collision, enter, and collision, and other. So we're going to type it like this. So other is going to be the other game object that the bullet collided with. So Unity is automatically going to run this function when the bullet collides with another game object. So we're going to go inside of this function, so inside these brackets, and over here we're going to check the tag of the other game object first. So we're going to type if other.tag other.gameObject.tag equals, and we're going to check the tag. So over here, as you can see, we use these symbols. This means that this is a string. So we have to check the name of the tag. So over here, we're going to go under enemy. We're going to scroll up, and as you can see, it's the same name, so enemy. So we're going to go back to the script, and over here, we're going to type enemy. So make sure that this thing is the same as over here. Okay, now let's go back to the script, and over here we're going to go inside of this if statement. So if this is true, so if the other game object that the bullet collided with has a tag that's enemy, then we're going to link the script enemy logic to over here. So we just messed this up. We're going to rename this to enemy L, and over here we're going to type enemy logic. And okay, so now we're going to go over here and we're going to link the script. So we're going to type enemy L equals other dot game object dot get component. This means that we're going to get a component from the object that the bullet just hit. So in this case, it's the game object with the tag enemy. But if the game object doesn't have the tag enemy, then it's not going to search for the enemy logic script. So over here, we're going to type enemy logic, and we have to also add these brackets and also this at the end. Now we're going to go in the next line of code, and over here, we're going to destroy the bullet. So we're going to type destroy game object. All right, so now the enemy logic has been linked to the script, and now we have to go also over here and type enemy L dot health. So we're accessing this health over here, and we have to lower it by 1. So we're going to type equals enemy L.health -1, like this. All right, so now let's go through the script again. So this function runs automatically when the bullet is going to collide with another game object that has a box collider or any other colliders. If we go over here and if we go to the prefab bullet, and if you scroll down, as you can see, the bullet has a sphere collider and the enemy has a box collider. So when these colliders collide together, Unity is automatically going to run this function. And when this happens, it's first of all going to check if the game object that the bullet collided with has a tag enemy. If it doesn't have the tag enemy, then nothing's going to happen. But if it does, then this is true, and it's going to run the code inside of this function. So over here, it's going to link the enemy logic script that's attached to this game object over here to the bullet script. Alright, so now after we link the script, we can actually access the health of the enemy. So over here in the next line of code, we typed enemy L.health equals health -1. So this is going to lower the health by 1. And after that, we're going to destroy the bullet because we don't want to run this function multiple times. So we're destroying the bullet immediately. And if we go over here to the enemy logic, So this script is always checking if the health is 0 or lower than 0, and if it is, it's gonna destroy the game object. So now if we go back to the Unity and if we press play, and first of all what we're gonna have to do is pick up the weapon and go over here, and let's just attack the enemy. And we can also select it over here and we can take a look at the health. As you can see, the health is 3, and now if we shoot it, it's 2, 1, and it's gone. Okay, let me put this a little bit closer. So we're just gonna move this, just go to the scene view so we can actually move it, and we're gonna move it a little bit closer to here. And we're gonna also make it a little bit bigger. So we're gonna type 4, 5, and 4, like this. And now we can also press play, and now let's go back to the game. Alright, so now let's pick up the weapon. Okay, let's pick up all the weapons and let's check it out. So, and if we switch to the shotgun and shoot, and if we go to the enemy and go over here, as you can see, it took 2 damage because it's shooting 2 bullets at the same time. So let's press. As you can see, it has 1, shoot, and it's gone. Alright, so we created our enemy character and we added some health to it, and once the health hits 0, the enemy gets destroyed. In the next video we're gonna take a look at how we can actually make the enemy follow us. So if you're interested in that, please subscribe to the channel and leave a like on the video if this helped you. And also thank you so much to all the Patreon supporters. This is gonna help me make more videos. Join the VIP on the Patreon, and thank you so much, and I will see you in the next video.